On this edition of Bronx Talks, we're going to be talking about Cody Bellinger. He's back in the Bronx. We're going to be talking about Freddie Peralta, and unfortunately, he went to the New York Mets. What's going to be next for the Yankees? We'll talk about their bullpen, maybe they add there, some of the concerns that we have. We'll get all into that as I guess the Yankees offseason is kind of winding down, or maybe it's just getting started. Who really knows? I really have no idea where the Yankees are going to go. The Yankees did sign Cody Bellinger to a 5-year deal, 162.5 million, I believe. Um, $20 million signing bonus, opt outs after year one and year 2 and 3, and a full no trade clause. So Cody Bellinger got himself a nice little deal. I think that's roughly 32 million AAV. It's kind of crazy because Bellinger is going to get like $52 million from the Yankees this year. Aaron Judge will get 40. It's crazy when you think about it that way. Mets got Peralta, but Christian, how are you doing tonight?
Doing well. Happy Bellinger's back. There were a lot of doubts toward the
Me
end
too.
there,
Me
but
too.
it really all just like I almost do feel like a fool now, Ryan, because it feels like we all just got played this whole off season, and there is still time left, but we kind of knew like going into the off season it was going to be Bellinger, and there was a good chance that was going to be it. And look, I mean, there's still time left, and we'll get into that, but I'm happy Bellinger's back because I think we can all agree if the Yankees didn't bring him back, the Yankees would be in a pretty weird spot, especially if he went to a team like the Blue Jays or the Mets. So good on the Yankees, and you know what? Good job, Yankees, for standing your ground there with the 5 years and not
Yeah.
budging. That's a
Yeah,
job well done.
definitely. Yeah, I can't wait to see in like a couple months. Probably a guy like Heyman will be on it, but it's going to be interesting to see what other offers Bellinger had and from what other teams. Like, did
Yeah,
the Mets throw in a low ball contract saying, "Hey, maybe we get him"? Like, I think we heard the Giants a little bit in there. I know the Dodgers were kicking the tires, but they got Tucker. Maybe the Blue Jays, obviously, I think would be the most likely other team to give Belly a contract. That's going to be interesting to hear about what kind of other offers Bellinger got. But yeah, I'm really happy the Yankees brought back Bellinger. He was a really good player for them last year. Incredible, excellent defense. I think Cody Bellinger won them like 3 games with his defense.
yeah.
29 home runs. You could see him hitting more than 29 home runs this year. Yankee Stadium, short porch. Who knows? Maybe he hits 33, 35 bombs. I mean, if Trent Grisham hit what, 34 home runs last year, Cody Bellinger could definitely do that. So it's going to be interesting to see. But for the most part, I'm really happy that they brought him back.
Yeah, you got to be feeling good, and kind of like the next level to this is so now what happens with Jones and Dominguez? Because that was kind
Yeah.
of like I guess that was honestly our first offseason sort of conversations and questions
Mm-hmm.
because, we were almost assuming that Bellinger was back from the start. And then, the Jones Dominguez stuff got put on hold, obviously, because we didn't know what was going to happen. And now that Bellinger's back, we're back in that same, boat where we're asking ourselves who's going, Jones or Dominguez. I think it has to be one of them. I'm pretty sure most Yankees fans could agree on that. It would be a waste to have both of them on your roster going into the season. So who do you think, Ryan? Who's it going to be?
Christian, I really thought that the Yankees were going to trade one of them. At this point, maybe I'm kind of leaning off of it because we've heard nothing about it. I mean,
True.
it seems like as a fan, like that's where your mind would go. Okay, the Yankees have 5 outfielders now. Two of the outfielders are young guys that are both one's already in the major leagues and needs development. And I think we could all agree that Spencer Jones is probably big league ready. I mean, he's 25 years old, 26 years old this year. So but with that being said, there hasn't been any rumors that the Yankees have any interest or there's any correlation that they're going to trade them. I think I've kind of shifted my viewpoint on that. And I think going into the season, I think they'll ride with both of them. I think they'll have Spencer Jones play in AAA and kind of give him that ultimatum like, prove it, like, show that you can produce again. Like, we want to believe that these numbers aren't a fluke. And if Spencer Jones tears it up and we get to June and he's already got like 10, 15 home runs, something like that, that might be a different story, and maybe you'll reassess. I think maybe the trade deadline, that's where when the Yankees could really pull the trigger, because I guess they'll just do what they did last year. They'll rotate Dominguez in there. It'll be the outfield carousel. And then if they find a player they really like at the trade deadline, they have those trade chips. But if Spencer Jones struggles, his value is going to go down. But I don't know if the Yankees are going to trade them right away. Maybe they want to ride it out a little bit longer, get some more information on both guys, and then make a decision there. But I mean, we got like what? It's January 22nd. Pitchers, catchers report in 2 weeks. Are the Yankees going to make a deal of that magnitude? Because if you're giving up a guy like Dominguez or Jones, you're getting a legit player back because, I mean, those are legit prospects.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it's more likely that both of them are on the team by opening day, or not on the team, whether Jones is in AAA or
In the
whatnot.
system. In the
Correct.
system.
Yeah. Because I don't know. I mean, I think the Yankees probably, if they were willing to trade one of them and they were kind of looking to, like, why didn't we hear their names in any, like, Edward Cabrera talks or even, like, the Freddie
Yeah.
Peralta talks?
Yeah.
So that's why, yeah, I agree. I don't think that the Yankees will trade these guys because if you look at Fangraph's current projected roster, you have Jason Dominguez on the bench, and then I assume Spencer Jones is going to get some run in spring training and then start the season in AAA, and then kind of,
Yeah.
I guess it's see how his season goes, and then one of them goes at the deadline. Now, my personal opinion, Ryan, I think this is a huge mistake. I think they should be trying to actively shop Trent Grisham. Trent Grisham. Jason Dominguez. Look at the current makeup of their team.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a mess. So you have Aaron Judge, who's in right field all the time. Then you have Cody Bellinger and Trent Grisham, two lefty outfielders, and Trent Grisham especially, like, that's kind of the guy that you would probably be pinch hitting a righty for, late in games or in big spots. That's not an option because your one real righty outfielder is Jason Dominguez, and I guess Oswaldo Cabrera too, but like neither of them are giving you anything with the bat from the right side. So maybe it doesn't have to be Dominguez. Maybe it could be Cabrera. But I think Dominguez has a lot more value, and I just don't think this roster's in a good place between, you're having, two switch hitters on your bench who can't really hit. Who's going to be the righty guy? Because the lineup's pretty lefty.
They're
It
going to
doesn't.
have to do that.
I
mean,
I
like,
don't
they
really
also
get it.
don't.
And you can't bring Dominguez in for defense either, really. Like, because
Yeah,
he
no.
sucks. I don't really get what they're doing there, and I don't get how it's going to work, to be honest. But
Yeah, there is also no one on the bench from the right side that poses a real power threat either. Like, there's no one you could send up in a pitch hit situation and be like, this guy's gonna go deep. Like Rosario, Cabrera, who else do you have? Caballero. I mean, he'll start the season as shortstop, but the bench I think is probably done though. Like I don't see how they could really add to that because Cabrera and Rosario and Caballero, they can play all over the field. Like Caballero is not just the backup shortstop. Like this guy can play the outfield too. He can play second. He can play third. When Volpe gets back in the mix, you're gonna see that. There'll be days where they'll look at the platoon matchup when there's a lefty on the mound, and maybe Caballero has better numbers over this guy opposed to Rosario, and they'll put Caballero over there at third. So I think the bench is probably done. The outfield is
well,
definitely a
I
mess.
mean, Escara's not going to be on the bench.
I would be shocked if the Yankees rolled with Escara. I mean, maybe his options, maybe they want to just keep him
It's
as
going to
like
be a righty. Yeah. I mean,
like maybe they just want to keep him in the system as an emergency option, which I don't really agree with because um, from what I've heard, JC Escara had a lot of trade value. last season. Like there was a lot of teams calling to try to trade for Escara. The Padres being one of those teams. Maybe you could get something back for Escara. Maybe you could get a like diamond in the rough reliever. So I think there definitely is some value to have by trading Escara. So I don't really like the idea of just keeping him in AAA, but I guess it's an option for them. But they definitely do need a backup catcher who's right-handed because you really can't have two backup left-handed hitting catchers. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and at that point, I mean, you just don't have really a righty that you can pinch hit besides Ahmed Rosario. And Ahmed Rosario, he's going to be starting some games at third base too. So it's a little messy with the two switch hitters on your bench who can't really hit. I mean, Dominguez, yes, but he can't from the right side, which is what we need out of our bench guy. But there is still time to mix and match that. And also, I mean, you do have the trade deadline. It's not like within the first 2 months you need to have a perfectly constructed bench. That is something that you figure out throughout the season. So not one of my biggest concerns. Let's talk Peralta a little bit, I guess. Tough. Mets couldn't let us
Yeah.
just have our fun for one day.
No.
Uh,
Maybe it was like the Mets having their get back at the Yankees because the Bellinger news dropped while they were doing the Bo Bichette press conference, which you have to think, is that really a coincidence? I think Edward what's the guy? Eduardo Rodriguez, the guy who went to Boston, the star Edward Suarez, Ranger Suarez.
yeah,
What am I
Ranger.
thinking?
Yeah,
I'm thinking of Eduardo Nunez, sorry. Yeah, Ranger Suarez went to Boston and
I
I
had to do
think
a
he had his
TikTok about him
presser
soon.
too. Yeah. So the Yankees
Sorry.
dropped that news they dropped the Bellinger news as the Bichette and Suarez stuff was going on. Maybe like like a middle finger to the Red Sox and the Mets saying we're still here. And then Steve Cohen didn't like that too much, obviously, because he told
No.
that boy Stearns to go make a deal. And the Mets did. And look, they really, really needed a frontline starter. And they did. And they went out and got one. Now, I made a TikTok on this yesterday. I was really disappointed that the Yankees didn't go out and get him. And a lot of people were commenting, but the Yankees have so much pitching. The Yankees have so much pitching. Like, yeah, I understand that, but Peralta made 33 starts last year, 2.70 ERA, only $8 million this year. Like, I don't care if you have the best rotation in the league. Like, that is a game changer regardless of how good your rotation is. Like he is an actual stud. And I definitely felt like the Yankees had so much capital they could have given Milwaukee to go in and to go out and bring him in. I mean, they have like 10 starters on their team. Like they could have traded a guy like Elmer Rodriguez or a guy like Carlos Sarange, Will Warren, Luis Hill. Like they could have traded one of those guys to go out and bring in Peralta. I definitely think they could have gotten the deal done. And by bringing Bellinger back, yeah, that's great. We're happy about that. But right now, you're essentially running the same team back that didn't get it done. Now, maybe the Yankees believe they're just a Garrett Cole away from getting back to the World Series and winning it. That very well could be their philosophy or what their mindset is right now. But I feel like adding a guy like Freddie Peralta for that cheap is a real impact move.
Yeah, but I don't agree with that when you say cheap. And I know you're talking about the money, but the consensus was that what the Mets gave up was a pretty big overpay. And there is the argument, is there really such thing as an overpay when you're going for it? I don't know. And the Mets farm system is also stacked. I think it's the best in baseball, so they can kind of afford that. I don't know. I wasn't obviously I wanted Freddie Peralta, but it wasn't I guess I wasn't in that mind frame of like, oh my god, the Yankees missed out just because I don't know if they could have putting together a package like that we would have been comfortable with. I don't think it was as simple as just like, all right, throw in a Jones or whatnot. And then you look at a guy like LaGrange, who, in my opinion, is going to be helping the team this year, especially in
Mm-hmm.
that bullpen, if I had to imagine. So, like, yeah, we get Freddie Peralta, who's a proven big league pitcher, but then, like, that might have been one of our guys in the bullpen. And even Elmer Rodriguez, like, he's
He's
pretty
stud,
much
yeah.
major league ready. So, I wanted him,
Yeah,
but
but
I don't
where's
know.
yeah,
Go ahead.
this would be my argument to you. Sorry to cut you off. Where is he going to fit on the team like this year though? Like yeah,
Who?
maybe they could pitch out of the Lagrange or Elmer Rodriguez. Like maybe yeah, they could pitch out of the bullpen, but once Rodon, Cole, Schmidt come, like they're not going to have a chance. And even going forward, like years to come, like I'm not saying trade both of those guys. They're two young pitchers, both of them top 3 prospects. I'm not saying give both of those guys up and just deplete your young gun pitching, but like one of those guys I would be perfectly okay with giving up because are both those guys going to be in the rotation like even next year? Like the Yankees have their starters locked up. Fried's under contract, Cole, Rodon, Schmidt, Heel, Will Warren, right? Like are they going to be getting those starts? I think the Yankees could have afforded to go out and trade one of them away. And I'll ask you this too. If the Yankees went to the Brewers and were like, here's Spencer Jones, here's Elmer Rodriguez, and maybe the Yankees throw in something else, are you making that deal?
Uh, Spencer Jones. Who was it?
Spencer
Lagrange.
Jones,
Lagrange.
yeah, sure, or Elmer Rodriguez, which
Okay,
either
so
one.
one of the two. I mean, yeah, but like I'm a Yankee fan. Like, I
Yeah,
want
but
someone. I want
that's
someone
that's
new.
my
I guess what I'm trying to say is that it didn't like tear me up because I know it wouldn't have been like the perfect thing, and there's a good chance in 4 years we could be saying, "Oh, that was pretty bad." Like, if the
yeah
Yankees made the deal, I wouldn't be on here like that's terrible. I'll never say that. They're prospects, but Yankees will live. Um, however,
Cole Freed Peralta.
yeah, it would have been nice. And I will, to your point though, and I will defend you. I think what a lot of people didn't understand in your TikTok, what you were saying is like, because you specifically mentioned the Yankees have 10 starting pitchers, a bunch more than they need really. But what you were
Yeah,
trying to say is like they need postseason pitchers, and after
yeah,
you know,
should have been more clear.
in a perfect world, Cole, Rodon, Fried, Schlittler. I guess that's your four, but like, who knows? Everyone's not always perfect. Everyone's not always healthy. And worst comes to worst, one of those guys moves, down a slot, and then you have like a Dodgers Roki Sasaki in the playoff
Yeah,
situation. Can never have too
yeah.
much pitching. And
You could have like a Schmidt and a heel out of the pen, something like that.
yeah, yeah, I'm not too high on Heel, but I know a lot of people are.
I'm a heel guy. I love heel.
I'm not really
Guy's
like
beast.
factoring in. I know he's gonna get starts at the beginning of the year, but I'm not really like factoring him in to like my like Yankees perfect team, like when it's all going right. Like he's a guy. Him and Will Warren are trade chips for me. But I guess you can't trade them now because I mean you need them. But
Hey, one game the Yankees won the World Series, 2024. Heel started that thing.
that is
He
true.
did pitch in the postseason, 2024. Did pitch.
All right, you want to move on?
Yeah.
I named this next topic. Oh no. And I think
Oh no.
Ryan, is this it for the off season? And
I would say this is the bulk. I do think that the Yankees will add some pieces to their roster. Like I would be jaw drop shocked if this was the Yankees bullpen going into the season. I'd be also shocked if JC Escarra was the backup catcher, although we have seen crazier things. I do think the Yankees will add some small pieces to complement their team, but for the most part, I think that's it. Maybe they'll do like a couple small trades for a reliever or something like that. We've even seen deals done in spring training too. Remember the Yankees got Jose Trevino like 2 days before the season started in 2022, and then the Yankees also traded for Miguel Castro in 2022 during spring training. They traded Joely Rodriguez to the Mets. So we could even see deals happen in spring training for like a reliever or something like that. But I don't think the Yankees are going to make some like crazy trade for like a guy like Nico Horner or like a big impact player. I think what you see now is going to be the majority of the Yankees team heading into 2026.
yeah, and I mean, you also have to keep in mind if you're still like optimistic that the Yankees are gonna I'll start with the free agents. The Yankees payroll, I believe it's at 317 right now. We were, I mean, talking about the beginning of the year, and we kind of knew in the back of our minds the whole offseason that Hal really wanted to stay under that, whatever it was, 304 mark. Because
Yeah.
after that, it's the second luxury tax, or whatever it is. It's more money that Hal has to pay, which we know he doesn't love doing. So now the fact that they're at 317, you got to imagine, like, they're not going out to spend any more big money. The only thing, to your point, would be a trade, and probably not even a big one because they don't. The Yankees really like their lineup right now, and
Yeah.
again, I'll back it up. I like the lineup a lot too. I loved it last year. I said this was probably my favorite Yankees lineup since like 2019, 2017.
Yeah.
The There were some platoon problems. Don't get me wrong, but I also think some of that will get worked out because like Ben Rice should be playing every day, regardless of if it's a
Yeah.
lefty at first. Again, I think the fact that he didn't start a playoff game is insane, but that doesn't have to happen again. And same thing with Jazz Chisholm, everyday
Yeah.
player. He should also be starting every single playoff game. The Ahmed
And not switch
Rosario,
positions.
yeah. Oh, did you see that? Just made me think. Did you see the Cameron Maben tweet today?
No.
I was thinking about making a video on this, but then I was like, it would be the ultimate like clickbait, like just trying to like hype people up. So his tweet was basically like, I'll pull up the exact thing, but it was like, I heard a major player is making a position change that's going to open the door for like a big move for a team. It was getting a lot of traction.
Yeah. And then like that'd be Jazz moving to third base. Yankees would dump McMahon somehow in the deal, and then bring in a second, and then bring in Horner, right?
Okay, I just got some major insider info on a major player quietly working on a position change. If this sticks, it could reshape the entire roster. I'm extremely curious how teams adjust around it. This one could get interesting. It was just like the most like buzzword tweet of all
Yeah.
time. I mean, there's got
Yeah.
so people are joking around about Stanton and Stan playing short, but anyways, I don't even know where we were at before that. Didn't mean to sidetrack.
Yeah, you were gonna say something about Ahmed Rosario.
Oh, you have him with McMahon at third base
Yeah.
for a whole season, so that's a nice platoon. We love the
I love
platoons.
Rosario. That guy can play. That guy can play. He's a gritty player. I really like Rosario a lot. I like him in a big spot too.
Yeah.
That was a good guy to bring back.
But back to, I mean, kind of the overarching conversation is like, yeah, the lineup is in a really nice spot, and because of that, like that's why we probably won't see anything major happen because like what they're gonna bring in Nico Horner, but then they're gonna get rid of Jazz. It's way too much. And they don't really have to do that. So I think we'll see. To your point, the catcher, the right-handed catcher. I don't know what happens to Escara. Probably gets traded. And
I would
then
think that makes sense for a reliever. He's got to have value.
I don't know. It could be a cash considerations. I have no idea what JC Escara's value is, but and then I also think there will be bullpen additions.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be the big name, not even if
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
Michael Kopech or what is it, Sir Anthony Dominguez.
Hey, look at that guy Savant, bro. That guy can play.
I did look at it today. It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's going to be that that big of a move. It really could just be like a no-name guy that Matt Blake turns into a Greek god. Who knows?
Or if I mean, the problem with Kopech and Dominguez is they're going to get a lot of money. Like I mean, who knows? I mean, the offseason is winding down. So like who knows really what their money is, and I really don't know how accurately like these writers can predict like relievers like Kopech or Dominguez's market. Like I really don't know what the money totally is going to be, but for your typical reliever, they're going to be pricey. I think Kopech was at like 2 years, 15 million, maybe an opt out of the after the first year, and then I think Dominguez was like 2 years, 15 million. They were like very similar. Now, if the Yankees want to go smart, would you give a guy like Dominguez? Now, this could get creative here because the bullpen definitely needs work and you want to lower the AAV. Could you give a guy like Dominguez or Kopech like a 3-year deal? Lower the AAV? Is that possible? Is that something the Yankees could do? I think it's unlikely they would want to do that. I don't know. Maybe it could be a
Could.
solution there. I think Dominguez or Kopech would be really great fits for the team. I mean, Kopech throws really hard, only 95 miles per hour average fastball last year, but he only pitched 11 innings. The guy was averaging 98.8 in 2024 with the Dodgers. Maybe you could retool some things and look, he could be the flamethrower out of the pen, setting things up for David Bednar. Anthony Dominguez could do that for the Yankees too. Pitched in the World Series last year, 1.93 ERA, 5 appearances in the Fall Classic. I think Dominguez would be a great setup man. And then look, like you said, with the starting rotation, just pushes everyone down a slot. In this case, the bullpen. But are the Yankees going to go after those big names?
Probably not.
I don't know. I mean, they haven't really done that. They did it last year for Williams. That was kind of uncharacteristic of them for the last, I'd say, decade or so. Um, you know, and it didn't work out. So we'll see.
Someone brought up in the chat. They said T.J. Rumfield was better at first than Rice, and while I don't agree with that, what about having T.J. Rumfield on the bench this season? Why didn't I mean?
Lefty bat.
I thought he was a righty.
No, he's the lefty.
Oh, well then, discard that completely. I don't know. I mean, this offseason was like pretty boring.
Yeah.
This was pretty lame to cover, and it's still going on, and it's gonna be lame to cover. Like,
We'll look at the free agent relievers here.
oh boy.
I mean, that's really like where the Yankees could very well trade for a guy. Like we could even see a reliever swap. Like I think that's possibly in the cards. Jake Bird. I'm sure the
You're
Yankees
telling
are
me like a
expecting.
Jake Bird for like, I don't know. Is D?
They
Where's
traded
D Rob? Can we get D Rob back?
That is like not a bad deal. Like right? Like he's
Where
like
is
43. He's like 43.
Yeah, but he pitched last year, right?
Um.
Weren't we talking about him at the trade deadline or something?
Yeah, because he signed with the team.
So 2025. All right, he threw in 20 games. 20 games, 17 innings last year. Posted a 4.08 ERA. Still got 11.2 strikeouts per 9 at 40 years old.
Yeah,
his strikeout numbers are actually pretty elite.
It was a disgrace the Yankees
Holy
didn't
crap.
sign him.
Well, I mean, can we
really
still
is.
sign him?
I don't know.
Let's see his baseball savant. Not on a Finnick. Like, that's crazy. 39
Right?
years old. Jeez.
Get sign Verlander, throw him at him there in the pen. He's still a free agent.
Is Max Scherzer still a free agent? He didn't retire, right? He's still.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. I saw some Yankee fans wanted him at the very beginning.
Dude,
that,
if the Yankees
was
were,
like that was a little too much for me.
if the Yankees were thin on pitching, I'd be pounding on the table saying get Verlander in there. Because at the very least, the guy could teach some of the young pitchers how to do it.
Yeah, true.
Future Hall of Famer. Yeah, I mean,
no, he was a part of the. Wasn't he a part of the 2017 Astros? So he couldn't be a Hall of Famer.
Oh my gosh, dude. Amount of people. One guy said, "Oh, that's not a scandal."
Wait, was he even a part of the 2017, or was that not until 2019?
No, he was a part of the 2017 team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beltron talk for another day. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, look,
Bellinger's back. I mean, we like
I try
that.
to look up the. I mean, I guess why don't we just show him Sir Anthony Dominguez and wrap it up.
All right.
We went from Tucker to Bichette to Bellinger to Horner to Freddie Peralta to Sir Anthony. All right,
No,
so this is Sir.
wait till like give it like 2 weeks. We're gonna be on back on like Trey Ambergy or someone of that caliber.
Or
All
like
right.
ranting about the Yankees' backup catcher.
All
All right,
right.
so guys,
Walk us through his page.
all right, so this is Sir Anthony Dominguez. He pitched for the Orioles and the Blue Jays last year. He actually got traded in the middle of a doubleheader, so you might have heard that in the news. But he was really, really solid last year. I made a post on him, and I'll pull that up because I have everything on there about him. So he's projected to land a 2-year deal in the 15 to 18 million dollar range. So that's 7.5 to 9 million AAV. Are the Yankees going to pay 7 to 9 million a year for a reliever? I don't know. He's 31 years old. Like I said before, 1.93 ERA last year in the World Series. As a total last year on the season, the guy was very reliable, Christian. Appeared in 67 games, had a
You know.
3.16 ERA, 62 and two-third innings, 79 strikeouts, and a 1.28 whip. He does really struggle with walks. You look at that base on balls percentage there, 1 percentile. I mean, this guy, he could have some blowups. He does walk a lot of guys, but who knows? I mean, I'm not really sure that's exactly the money he'll get. But if you could get him on an affordable deal and Hal's willing to put a little bit more money in the piggy bank, I think he would be a really good fit for the Yankees bullpen as a whole. But I think the likely thing will be that the Yankees find some diamond in the rough reliever to put in their bullpen.
Yeah, you'd be cool. I'm on board. I mean,
And that's a fun
I
name,
don't
Sir
think
Anthony.
really fun. Thinking of some merch ideas with that, like a Sir, like
Yeah.
SIR.
With like a little fencing sword.
Why the fencing sword?
Because he's like a knight, like Sir Anthony.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. We have
I also put up Anthony Volpe's Baseball Savant. If you guys want to take a look.
Yo. Yo. What's the only like half red part? What is that?
Guess
Chase
it's yeah. That's actually kind of
That's surprising.
yeah. Barrel
That doesn't
percentage 64 percentile. It's effing elite.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's I mean like that's another thing and
Oh, we just lost Ryan. Hold up, guys. All right, we're coming to the end anyways. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Happy we got Bellinger back. That's a plus. Sad we missed out on Peralta, but the Mets also did give the Brewers a pretty nice package. There's a good chance this is it for the offseason. Aside from, your small moves, bringing in a right-handed catcher, maybe padding the bullpen a little bit. But, hey, I mean, look, if you want to get excited about something, running back the best offense in baseball from last year is pretty good. And opening day soon. So we got Yankees baseball coming back. We'll keep doing stuff here. And also, if you're still here, go check out our merch store, shopbronxtalks.com. We just released a bunch of new shirts. We started selling hats. Have some World Baseball Classic designs, some Cody Bellinger stuff, some Step Brothers stuff, bunch of things. Go check it out. It's in the description too. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in.